History is filled with secrets, mysteries, and untold stories that blur the line between fact and legend. From Einstein's hidden passions to the lost treasure of the Knights Templar, each chapter reveals a piece of the puzzle. Join us as we explore the hidden threads that tie together the enigmatic, the strange, and the forgotten in a journey across time. These are the stories they never told you, the secrets of history's most fascinating figures. Albert Einstein, genius physicist, refugee, and civil rights champion. The man behind E=mc2 harbored a lesser-known passion that shaped America. In 1933, Einstein fled Nazi Germany, escaping persecution as a Jewish scientist. Landing in the United States, he was shocked by the racial segregation he encountered. But Einstein refused to stay silent. He befriended prominent African-American leaders and boldly spoke out against racism, calling it America's worst disease. Using his fame as a platform, Einstein amplified civil rights causes, insisting that the separation of the races is not a disease of colored people. It is a disease of white people. At Princeton, he defied segregation norms, demanding black students be included in his classes. This refugee scientist became an unexpected hero in America's struggle for equality, proving that genius extends far beyond equations. Ever wonder how a fierce president inspired the world's cuddliest toy? In 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt, known for his rugged machismo, found himself on a failed hunting trip in Mississippi. His guides, eager to please, cornered and tied up a black bear, urging Roosevelt to claim an easy trophy. But the president, disgusted by the unsportsmanlike act, refused. This moment of compassion, immortalized in a political cartoon, caught the nation's attention. A Brooklyn candy shop owner and his wife seized the opportunity, creating a stuffed toy bear they dubbed Teddy's Bear. The teddy bear became a global sensation, enduring for over a century. Ironically, this cuddly icon was born from the actions of a president known for his toughness, but also remembered as a passionate conservationist who established numerous national parks and wildlife refuges. Imagine a world where letters could change empires. In the shadows of American independence, an unlikely friendship was forging a new path for Russia. Catherine the Great, the formidable empress, and Voltaire, France's sharpest mind, never met in person. Yet for 15 years, their pens danced across borders, exchanging hundreds of letters filled with revolutionary ideas. This wasn't just idle chatter. Inspired by Voltaire's wit and wisdom, Catherine modernized Russia's laws, championed education, and embraced religious tolerance. As quills scratched parchment, an empire transformed. While our founding fathers drafted a new nation, Catherine was rewriting an ancient one, proving that the Enlightenment's reach extended far beyond America's shores. In the end, their correspondence reminds us that sometimes the most powerful revolutions begin with a simple exchange of ideas. Picture a legendary hero, beloved by an entire nation. Now imagine that hero was actually a mercenary who fought for both sides. This is the true story of El Cid, the man behind the myth. In 11th century Spain, Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar rose from humble beginnings to become the most feared warrior of his time. Known as El Cid, he conquered the unconquerable city of Valencia. But here's the twist. El Cid wasn't just a Christian champion. He served Muslim rulers too, switching allegiances to suit his ambitions. After his death, something remarkable happened. El Cid's complex legacy was rewritten. An epic poem transformed him into a paragon of Christian virtue and Spanish nationalism. The real El Cid vanished, replaced by a legend that would shape a nation's identity for centuries to come. When you think of Walt Disney, visions of enchanted castles and talking mice probably dance in your head. But there's a hidden chapter in Uncle Walt's story that might surprise you. During World War II, Disney traded fairy tales for foxholes, transforming his studio into a secret weapon for the US military. In 1942, as America faced its darkest hour, Disney's team churned out over 400 propaganda and training films. They created Private Snafu, a bumbling cartoon soldier who taught troops about military life through humor. Disney's animators also tackled serious subjects, producing live-action films on aircraft identification and navigation. This lesser-known wartime work not only showcases Disney's patriotism, but also demonstrates how the magic of animation became a powerful tool in the fight for freedom. Imagine finding one of America's greatest writers delirious on the streets, wearing someone else's clothes. This was the bizarre reality of Edgar Allan Poe's final days. On October 3, 1849, the master of macabre was discovered in Baltimore, incoherent and unable to explain his condition. Was he a victim of cooping, a violent voter fraud scheme? Had he succumbed to his demons of alcoholism? Or was there a more sinister plot at play? In his last moments, Poe repeatedly called out for someone named Reynolds, a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. The father of detective fiction left behind his own unsolvable case, his death as cryptic as his tales. Poe's final chapter closed with more questions than answers, forever shrouding America's original mystery writer in enigma. Picture this: America's revered founding father, George Washington, as a master of espionage. Shocking, right? But it's true. In 1778, with New York under British control, Washington unleashed a secret weapon, the Culper Ring. This shadowy network of spies became America's silent savior. A cavalry officer turned spy master, a farmer with a knack for intel, a shopkeeper living a double life, and a woman whose laundry line held coded messages. These unlikely heroes risked everything. Using invisible ink and elaborate codes, they uncovered plots, exposed traitors, and even saved Washington's life. Their intelligence gave the Continental Army its edge, tipping the scales of the Revolutionary War. So next time you see Washington's face on the dollar bill, remember, you're looking at America's first spy master, a man who knew that sometimes wars are won in the shadows. Picture this: an entire army of warrior monks vanishes overnight, along with a treasure worth billions. This isn't fiction. It's the true story of the Knights Templar. On Friday the 13th, 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered their arrest, but their vast wealth had already disappeared. Legend speaks of a secret Templar fleet sailing away under cover of darkness, laden with gold. But where did it go? Some say it's buried in Scotland. Others claim it's hidden in Nova Scotia. But here's a twist. Could the Templars have become Swiss bankers? Switzerland's famous banking secrecy laws appeared just 8 years after the Templars' fall. Their battle flag bears an uncanny resemblance to the Swiss flag. Coincidence? Or is the world's most secure banking system built on history's greatest treasure? The truth remains tantalizingly out of reach. Imagine a fortress so secure, it's said to house America's greatest treasure. But what if it's all a lie? Welcome to Fort Knox, home of the U.S. Bullion Depository. Or is it? For decades, whispers have circulated that the vaults are empty, the gold long gone. Consider this: the last full audit was in 1953. Since then, silence. In 1933, FDR ordered citizens to surrender their gold, supposedly filling Fort Knox to the brim. Today, it claims to hold over $290 billion in gold. But where's the proof? A staged tour in 1974 only fueled suspicions. Some say the gold was secretly moved, others claim it never existed. As long as those vaults remain closed, the mystery of Fort Knox will continue to glitter in our imaginations. In 1937, Amelia Earhart vanished over the Pacific, sparking one of aviation's greatest mysteries. But what if her disappearance concealed an even more extraordinary story? Before becoming a legendary pilot, Earhart was a social worker with a passion for adventure. Her final flight, an attempt to circumnavigate the globe, took an unexpected turn. Some believe she was on a secret spy mission for the U.S. government. Others claim she survived as a castaway on an uninhabited island. The search for Earhart became the most expensive in American history at the time. Recent forensic analysis of bones found on a Pacific island in 1940 suggests they likely belonged to her. While Earhart's true fate remains unknown, Her legacy as a pioneer in aviation and women's rights continues to inspire millions worldwide.